we are going to finish off today's stream with Brandon doing the Zip 22 that he put out the other day. Apparently the worst gun ever produced. So this should be interesting. Is it that funny? Okay. I am ready to laugh. So let's do this.
So if you watched the channel before, you know that we're no stranger to cursed guns here.
Oh my god.
This is barely a functional firearm. I don't know what you expected out of this montage.
Shot a lot of guns over the years that you might call, well, but there is one gun in particular that stands high above the rest and earns the title of what I believe to be the worst production gun ever made. And that gun
Bye-bye.
is the Zip 22. And if you've never heard of this before, buckle up.
Okay. That is an interesting design. Brevin! Don't make fun of my beloved Kimber. Don't do that. What the fuck is that, Imperial? It is the Zip 22. Well, not on this side. It has no extractor, Alex. The extractor could be on the other side, or it could be... Like, when it had the magazine in, it looked interesting. I'm looking forward to the breakdown. There's their extractor. There's their extractor right there. You were wondering about that? There is where the shell extractor is. So...
So obviously, it looks kind of fucked up. But let's see how it does at the one thing it was designed to do. Right out the gate. First attempt at loading around. This does not I was just gonna say, this does not instill me with great confidence.
Oh boy.
Check this out.
Is it double feet? It's stovepipe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Zip 22. So how does the Zip 22
Oh my
work?
god.
In short, it doesn't. But hypothetically, it has a push-through safety, which currently is on fire, as you can see by the red stripe. There we are put to safe. The fabulous charging handle is basically in front of the barrel. It's this little lever.
Oh my
right
god,
here
are
on
you
top.
kidding me?
Prong, I don't know what the fuck you call that. Either way, you put your hand in front of the gun, essentially, and
Oh
push
my
down,
god.
which then racks the bolt. Now, knowing this gun has horrible reliability issues, they actually added a secondary lever where you can push it back just far enough to re-engage the striker. Now, to anyone who's ever complained that the Glock has a fence post grip, go fuck yourself. This is like, there is nowhere to hold this.
Holy
in a way that
hell.
makes sense. They give you this little middle finger loop down here. And if you're rocking the bigger magazines, that actually almost helps because you can kind of wrap your hand around the mag there at the bottom. But it's just so, I feel like I have to hold it sideways for this to even begin to make sense.
He's got... Oh my god, how ironic.
It was terrible.
The only way to comfortably hold this gun is to gangster lean it. And I'm reasonably sure Brandon kinda hates the gangster lean. No, Brandon, I believe it's semi-auto only. It's a pistol. Okay, Canito, traditional zip guns, yes. This, I don't believe, was marketed as being a, quote, zip gun, unquote. They called it the Zip 22. But I don't think it was actually marketed in that same vein. They probably called it Zip 22 to evoke that ideology. But that's probably it.
Iron sights are present. Magazine release here. Drops the magazine, of course. And the entire thing just generally feels cheap and shitty. Even the barrel is plastic. If you look here,
What?
it's just a plastic barrel with like a rifled sleeve inserted.
Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? So if this thing actually did function like it was supposed to, not that we need to worry about that happening, and you basically ripped 2 magazines through this rapid fire, you would literally deform the fucking barrel. Like, you could potentially heat this barrel up to the degree that the sleeve. If you just, like, basically, he had that double flip mag, if this thing actually functioned, and you just said, fuck it, I'm mag dumping, reloading, mag dumping, you could theoretically heat up this barrel, this sleeve, so much it would deform the barrel because the barrel is plastic. And again, Rygat, this is assuming that it functioned properly, and you could just, like, mag dump it.
On the inside, which I'm now realizing is not even concentric. Very nice. How much? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
I hate the Zip 22. That round fed properly, it just straight up didn't fire.
Oh no.
There you go, went that time. Really
God, this feels like it'd be so unsafe.
Function. Gun is clear. I tried to shoot this a little bit off camera to test some different ammo and then set it down to go load more because I was out of ammo and I didn't realize that the last round had smashed itself in the chamber.
Oh God.
I love this thing. All right,
oh my
because I know
God.
there's going to be people saying, oh, the bigger mags, it doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. Just as a reminder, these are the magazines that the gun came with, that I bought him with. But just to be fair, we'll try the 10-rounder.
Let me guess, it doesn't load.
Just had a fucking karate chop a magazine. Fuck am I doing? Yep. Well, it does run better.
Smash the last
but I
round?
wouldn't say it runs good. It's actually smashed so into the fucking barrel that there's nothing keeping it on now.
Oh my God.
It's impacted that hard.
Oh my
Was that
God.
the last round? That was the last round. My favorite part about this gun is that even if you use the 10-rounders that it actually likes, you have to drop them, pull on the sides because the little finger groove, that convenient little finger groove is completely blocked by the
Oh
trigger
my
guard.
fuck. Dude, who
Thank
designed
you, Zip 22.
this?
Very cool. Are you worried about your information being leaked and getting doxxed and harassed?
What is
If
with
not,
this
you should be.
design?
Sounds like a threat. Cut. No, for real. Today we're going to talk about... I did the thing. Today we're talking about Delete Me. Delete Me is a service...
Wait. Oh my God, I didn't take it up. I gotta see that again. I gotta see that again.
Zip 22. Very cool. Are you worried about your information being leaked and getting doxxed and harassed? If not, you should be. Sounds like a threat. Cut. No, for real. Today we're going to talk about... I did the thing. Today we're talking about Delete Me. Delete Me is a service that looks for your private information being sold all over the internet and removes it, preventing data brokers from selling your data and causing you headache. I'm not even kidding. I've been using Delete Me since I think the tail end of last year, and the amount of spam calls...
Okay. I am curious. I don't really watch Donut's videos, and I don't know if Eli's been doing anything outside of his interviews. Are any of the unsub guys sort of doing Delete Me now? Because, Delete Me is a staple of Nick's channel now. It seems like they're a permanent sponsor. Is Delete Me kind of hooked up with Donut? And so Donut does too. Okay, so Delete Me is basically hooked up with the entire unsub crew. Okay.
And emails that I get has gone down dramatically. I almost miss it.
SDI is all of the gun tubers, not just the
The point
unsub
is, I've used it
guys.
myself and it does work, which is why I'm happy to have Delete Me sponsor this video. And right now you can get 20% off their consumer plans by going to joindeleteme.com/Herrera. Use promo code Herrera at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/Herrera using code Herrera. Thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. Back to the video. ADD break. I almost slung that at your face. My finger slipped. You could probably see it in the video. All right, so we know the Zip 22 is pretty much ass at, you know, doing gun things, but at least it has stopping power on its side as a plus. So prepare to be amazed by the devastation wrought by 22 long rifle. Hey, it actually fed. Who up zipping they 22 in 3, 2, 1.
Not bad. I mean, 22s are good. Like, 22s get a lot of shit, but we saw when Matt did the house penetration test, you know, the bad guys hiding in your neighbor's yard, and the first round was with a 22. They actually got through the exterior wall and through most of a refrigerator with a 22. Like 22 is an underappreciated caliber.
Oh.
Uh-oh, what happened? Did it jam the ram? Oh.
Yeah. Now, where did this thing crawl out of? Well, this was actually developed by a company called USFA in 2013, I believe, is when they released it. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Because the unfortunate part about it is that USFA was actually known, they had a pretty good reputation for making good quality Colt single-action Army replicas. They made great reproduction pistols, but then they had the idea for the Zip 22. Now, of course, there's a lot of polymer on this gun, and polymer injection molding is very expensive. So they decided to sell all of their tooling and equipment that they were using to build the Colt single-action Armies in order to buy the tooling to produce the Zip 22.
Oh, no.
Perhaps the worst trade deal ever made.
The pistol was received about as well as a morbidly obese cheerleader, and the company went out of business around 2017. Meaning these are a relic of a bygone era. Thank God.
Oh, no! No! I'm ruined!
I personally don't know how the fuck this.
I have no idea what movie that's from. Does anyone else? That scene is, I don't know, accurate, but I have no idea what the fucking scene is.
I personally don't know how the fuck this left blueprints. I mean, anybody can just tell that this thing was a bad idea from day one. You wouldn't have even had to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology at sdi.edu in the description. You just kind of know. The Zip 22 is so bad, I would rather use an actual zip gun.
Yes. Cool.
I mean, shit, at least it worked. Also, any excuse I can get to pull this baby out, the Ted Kaczynski pistol, if you haven't seen that episode.
Oh!
Which not only did we do a YouTube video on this thing, but we also did an episode on Pepperbox, an episode of The Boys in the Garage, where we did an...
Yeah, I thought I remember hearing something about, like, Ted Kaczynski when he was really anal about labeling stuff. And I'm trying to remember what he labeled this gun as. Like, he had this in where he had it stored. I think he had it labeled as murder gun or something equally stupidly obvious. I want to say that he actually labeled it as murder gun. Or yeah, a gun for homicide. Yes. Jiro, oh God, how do I pronounce your name? Jiro? Yes. He had, like, I can't remember how it was stored, if it was like in a box or in a drawer or something, but he actually had it labeled as a gun for homicide.
In-depth deep dive on basically how this gun was made, how we were able to replicate it. Speaking of edgy shit on Pepperbox, we just did another episode on The Boys in the Garage, where we basically did an entire guide on how to properly convert an AK to full auto. A lot of bootlickers were very upset about that.
Oh no.
This is illegal, you can't do this. For one, I'm a licensed manufacturer. I absolutely can do that. Nothing in that video is illegal. Two, it's not illegal to share information. Never will be. That's what the First Amendment is. And if you don't like that, that's why I've got the fucking second. But hey, I think it's cool for a lot of people who don't get hands-on time with a full auto AK trigger group and maybe don't understand how it works but would like to. But B, it's a guide I wish I had when I first got my license and I was first starting to convert AKs. So if you're a licensed dealer who would like to figure out how to convert your own stuff, or you're just curious, check it out on Pepperbox. Link will be in the description. I've even seen that they developed a stock for this thing, which has a neat feature that the gun can swivel for tighter storage. By the looks of it, like 1.5 inches tighter, which is a lot depending on who you ask. But in order to swivel it to be slightly more compact, the gun is now directly facing the shooter, which is just
Oh my God.
The one configuration I've seen for this that actually makes, I'm not even gonna say it makes sense, it makes the most sense, is when they attach it kind of like a master key on the bottom of an actually good rifle. I'm not sure when you would need 10 rounds of 22 LR while you are aiming a SCAR 16, but hey, you never know. What I do know though is I think this makes it an SBR, because you have a short barrel pistol that you have now attached to a stock, potentially creating the gayest felony since being gay was a felony. All right, Jake, you're taking your wife out on a date on the lovely south side of Chicago.
Oh God. Oh my God, he's got Jake. This is the first time I've seen Jake out, other than when he's been on the Unsub podcast. This is the first time I've seen Jake outside of Corridor Digital. Yeah. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Jake is Unsubscribe's attorney. He is their attorney. He lives in Texas. He also works with Corridor Digital. He is their attorney, and I believe he has also done special effects work with them also. So yeah, I knew about Jake back when he was on Corridor Digital before he hooked up with the Unsub guys. I knew of him as Corridor. Yeah, he did start with Corridor as their lawyer, and he also did, I can't remember, I don't think he did SX. I think he might have done producing. So he was their lawyer, and he was also a producer with Corridor, I think. If I'm remembering what he did with Corridor, what he did back then with Corridor correctly. And I do believe he still is Corridor's lawyer, but he's also Unsub's lawyer. So yeah, this is the first time I've seen him outside doing a gun video.
Jake, you're taking your wife out on a date on the lovely south side of Chicago when a miscreant comes up to you and threatens you with a knife. The only thing you have to defend yourself is your wits and this Zip 22 loaded with 10 rounds.
Yeah,
Possibly
he's got the right idea.
Well, first of all, I don't even know if it's racked.
Right. So how would you go about?
Zip Ties, do you mean when you say he was in a bunch of their videos, are you talking about Jake being in the Corridor videos? Because you are correct. He was in a lot of their old videos. He has not been in their videos anywhere, Yeah, okay, yeah. He was. When I first started watching Corridor years ago, he was in all their videos. But then he relocated back to Texas, and now he's not really in their videos.
Charging that gun.
Well, I would look for a charging handle somewhere, or some way to charge it. I tried here, right? And I tried this, but obviously it's not there. That's obviously your mag drop.
What if I told you it has a really cool feature where you have to basically put your hand in front of the barrel to charge it? Yeah.
That face.
Because they thought of everything.
This is the charging handle?
Yep, you've got a re-rack here, or excuse me, the Zip Restrike, as it's labeled. The Zip trademark Restrike. And then, yeah, they're really proud of this.
Why are they different lengths?
It's an excellent question with a very funny answer. This is the charging handle that you load it from. Here, I'm gonna clear this real quick. This is the one that you load it from, and this one is the Restrike, and that's because it goes back just far enough for you to reset the trigger, because they're anticipating you having malfunctions and needing to reset the striker.
No.
Yeah, they this one they really did. At least they knew their product.
We'll just put another handle on it.
They thought of everything.
Where did you find this fucking thing?
This is kind of like an internet meme.
Okay.
As far as shitty guns. And you know what the most insulting part about it is?
What?
I think I paid $500 for it.
Oh my God.
Because they were.
Oh my God, Brandon, why? Why would you pay $500 for this fucking gun? I wouldn't pay 200. Mods! Go get Brandon, strap him to a chair, and tickle his feet. Until he learns the error of his ways.
I think the MSRP when they came out was like 200, 250, but they're like,
But now they're sought after.
yeah, just
Right.
because of how bad they are.
Right. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look at that. Why is my finger right there? I hate that so much.
Thanks, I hate it.
Where's the...
Yeah, the trigger's that bad.
I keep hitting another poundage wall, and then another one, and then there it is. Okay. Well, I have a very bad jam.
You shot him to, wow, that is actually
Look at the
really bad.
shells
Well, I want to
backwards.
see, I want to see.
Brandon, I'm dead. Help.
You're well,
Send for help.
you,
Wait, are we not going to get to see the jam? Hang on! Where's the jam? They like... his finger was covering it.
Brandon,
Can't
I'm
see
dead.
the jam.
Help.
you're well,
Send for help.
you, I'm not coming to the south side. What the fuck are you talking about? So now, in the heat of
Oh, they will?
what is clearly a
Now a hostage situation.
yeah, they have your wife now. Now you have to. Oh, holy shit! This is actually jammed against the magazine, so the magazine doesn't want to come out.
Oh, no.
All right,
There you go.
now we're able to get it in.
Thank God.
You have been stabbed so far 937 times.
All right, let's see how accurate
Thank
it
you,
is. I haven't even thought
Imperial.
about accuracy yet. Did you see where that went?
Yeah, hit right on the tip of the black. There on the left side of the black.
Oh, so not that bad.
Let's see where this next one goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold it right there. Literally don't move.
oh,
Okay,
okay, fired.
yeah.
Cycle.
Well, from 15 yards, it shoots decently straight when it shoots, which is nice.
That last one sounded funky. So overall thoughts.
It's hilarious. I can't believe somebody made it unironically. The charging handle is really what gets me. And then, of course, the fact that it doesn't have an appropriate place to actually put your hand for a grip. I feel like it was made to stuff into a pair of gym shorts. And
No, that's
Kinda
too
just leave
big
it
for a
at
pair
that.
of gym shorts.
it's definitely one for the collection. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, this one's definitely getting an honorable spot next to the Kalashnikov and the pocket AK pistol, the
Oh,
little
yeah.
fucking Derringer.
Yep.
You want to see something that I just noticed? And I'm scared of? Yep.
It's polymer.
The bolt is polymer.
What?
What the fuck, man?
Fucking what?
Yeah, it's to get through metal detectors.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? The bolt is plastic. The fucking bolt itself. Holy shit. You know what? I think Jake may not have been far off when he said, yeah, it's to get through metal detectors. I legitimately think that may have been a thought on their mind. Either that or they, for some insane reason, thought this gun was going to sell extremely well. And by having the bolt be polymer, they could just mass produce the shit out of it. That's the only thing I can think of. They were so brain dead and so far up their own ass that they thought that they were going to mass
I
produce
wouldn't pay
this.
1 cent for that piece of dysentery gun.
I got nothing.
Dude.
I got nothing. Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zip 22. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of this gun. I, for one, find this pistol incredibly inspirational. Because if I'm ever having a bad day or I feel down on myself or like I'm not doing enough or things just aren't working out, I like to think that at least I didn't fucking design that thing. And then I feel a teeny bit better. But I appreciate you guys for following along. I appreciate you for being subscribed to the channel. More stuff coming next week, but I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers when there's less fucking wind. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, windy. Very windy.
The hills are alive. All right. Scratching my face with a gun. Prepare to be amazed. And prepare to be blown. Prepare to be amazed.
Well, that was fun. That was fun. A piece of shit gun, but very funny to watch.